Well, we didn't make the 3-game sweep, but we're still on top.
Yep, still by 2 games. You know, it's typical of the Blue Jays that even though they did lose last night, their first loss, by the way, in 10 days, even though they did lose, the tying run was on base when the final out was made. In other words, nobody is beating the Blue Jays easily. It was a 2-2 tie in the 6th inning, and Damaso Garcia doubles into the left field corner. Griffin comes home. He had doubled, and it was a 3-2 lead for the Jays. Garcia now 18 games in a row with a hit. But in the 6th inning, bases loaded for Kansas City. 1 out. Pat Sheridan singles through the left side. Brett scores. It's 4-3. And looked like Jimmy Clancy would get out of this inning because he got Cesar Geronimo to ground one to Griffin. But the runner kind of distracts Griffin here, and a possible double play ball turns into an error by Griffin. That made it 5-3. And a great play by Frank White in the 8th inning stopped the Blue Jay rally. The Royals win it 5-4. But do keep in mind that the Jays haven't lost 2 games in a row since June the 4th in Baltimore. That's about 6 weeks. Tonight in Chicago, Luis Leal will try and get the team out of its annoying slump. All right, let's have the Argos. Oh, I love the power in that finger. Everyone's pick of the West. The BC Lions are in town tonight. It's going to be perfect weather, big crowd, and most of the people will be hoping the Argos can take it to Vancouver like the Blizzard did last night to the Vancouver Whitecaps. Totally outplaying the first-place team overall in the NASL, but they couldn't beat goalkeeper Tino Lettieri. They outshot Vancouver something like 17-8. Jan Moller only had to make 1 save in the game, so that went into the shootout. Moller stops Carl Valentine here. Then Bruce Wilson beats Lettieri, the first ball to get by him. Then Peter Beardsley for Vancouver can't beat Jan Moller. Victor Cordelia comes up and scores on Lettieri. And what that all meant was that when Jan Moller made this save on David Norman, he had secured a 1-0 win for the Toronto Blizzard. They got 4 points in the game to move 1 point ahead of the Cosmos. And golf's most famous tournament, the British Open, began today in Birkdale, England. And in the first round of play, Bill Rogers, who won in 1981, making a good shot here, had a double eagle 2 on the 17th. Boy, I'd like to see that. We don't see it, but Rogers had a 67 today. Defending champ Tom Watson, excellent round of golf today. He shot a 67. He has won the British Open 4 times, but never on an English golf course, always in Scotland. West German golfer Bernard Langer sinks that putt for a birdie. He had a 67 today, logjam at 67, but the talk of the day was big Craig Stadler. He was brilliant. He made a nice tee shot here at the 12th hole and put the ball in the hole for a birdie to make him go 4 under, but he shaved 3 more strokes off par. Look at this putt on 18. He was 7 under today. 64. He leads the U.S. Open. And at Kew Gardens in the Beaches, the Ontario Closed Junior Tennis Championships continued today, and we're looking at a singles match between Dan Cullen and the #1 seed, Dean Zimmerman. And you'll see that there was some good tennis in this match, but Dean Zimmerman did win it 6-2, 6-4. And what can I tell you about this week's Athlete of the Week? Well, I actually could go on for a couple of minutes about her, but I'm sure after you see the following piece of tape, you'll agree that this week's athlete has a number of fine attributes. If you think the girls on 20-minute workout make exercising seem like fun, then you'll enjoy meeting Ziggy. Ziggy works at City TV, splitting her time between the switchboard and the publicity department, and 3 times a week she works out at Gold's Gym with one thing in mind.
I just like going for perfection, I guess, you know, where you want that one line running down the back of your leg and that perfect bump. I mean, really, Peter, you want to look attractive to women. I want to look attractive.